Thank you very much.
This may be the Christmas song. Dave Tim Carter? Yeah, could be. Or maybe not.
Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for giving us an open evening. Ourselves, fingers to the bone, soft tomorrow drain our soul. Pay your dues, pay your debts. Everybody tells you you pay for what you get. You pay for what you get. Everybody asks me how she's doing. Has she really lost her mind? I said I couldn't tell I was mine. Words, 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 have you heard? A bird in hand is much better than any number free to wander. Fly away, stay. You pay for what you get. You pay for what you get. Everybody asks me how she's doing. Is she really all she says? Everybody asks me how she's doing since she went away. I said I couldn't tell you I'm okay. I'm okay. How about you? Surprise, surprise, you pay for what you get. You pay for what you get. Everybody asks me how she's doing. Has she really lost her? Everybody asks me how she's doing since she went away. I said I couldn't tell you I'm okay. Okay, how about you? Pay for
your boy Conserviz 34, and we back for 2023. Did y'all miss me? I said, did y'all miss me? This is an emergency live stream. We got to talk about this warehouse package for 2023. We got to talk about this package. And here's my thing. I understand you go to a show in 2022, 2021. Whenever you go to a show in this current era, things are not going to be like they used to be. But one of the things that was dope about the warehouse membership was you used to get, even a couple years ago, 2019, 2018, 2017, you used to get a quality disc, okay? A quality disc of stuff that's old, stuff that's new, and stuff that may have just happened a couple years ago. As of recently, this disc has been, hey, we're just going to show all the stuff from this current year.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We're not going to show anything something that happened 5 years ago,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
10 years ago,
Ain't nobody got time for
something
that.
from like 93. They weren't doing, like, all that stuff disappeared. And I'm like, for what? Like, what? It wasn't broke. The system was not broke. Like, everyone loved these discs. Yes, there's no disc anymore. Now it's a digital copy. But why take away what was working? I love this band. I love Dave Matthews Band. Happy New Year to everyone out there. I love this band. But they self-sabotage from a marketing standpoint. They self-sabotage from a song construction standpoint. They self-sabotage from even some of the touring decisions they make. And in this instance, this is a situation where this disc was, hey, you're not going to get a show like you got back in 06 or 04 from this band if you're a diehard fan chasing deep cuts. But here's a disc where you're going to be able to have a nice mix of deep cuts and just staples that sounded great that night or that were remade or redone that year, right? Let me look at some of the chats here. Andrew number 34, what up? Eric Dodge. What are you saying? Saying I was there night 2, left side of the stage, got a drum set as Carter was walking off. 5P concerts and one pick with Rashawn. Was that MSG night 2? Or was that, are you talking about, I'm guessing because the intro video was pay for what you get. Oh, you've been to 50 concerts. That's awesome. Shout out to you, Eric. But going back to this, let's pull up the warehouse announcement, right? This is a two-part thing here. First, we have a show from Vanderbilt Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. And then second, we have our warehouse disc, Warehouse Volume 12, where you're going to get the songs you see here. Now, let's start off with this is the Vanderbilt show, right? I mean, I think this is okay. Like it's an older show, right? It's giving us something from the past. Our boy Mark, who's a taper, this was his first show, so I think that's dope. What I like about this is you have a Blue Water E1, right? That's awesome. And then you have a bartender opener in the Gray Street, Last Stop Teas. Got a Burning Down the House, Seek Up. Like there's a good mix here for this to be a warehouse disc, and I'm sure it sounded great. Do I need a satellite? Do I need a Jimmy thing? No. Do I need a Funny the Way It Is? Do we need anything from 09? No. But this is, I mean, you still have a show that has some special gems in it. It makes me say, hey, well, hey, it's part of my package. Let me take a listen, right? I can give more grace. John says he was at the show, right? I can give more grace to this studio recording. Oh no, this live release, excuse me, right? Especially with that two-step ending Blue Water E1, right? This is something that I could rock with as being part of the warehouse package. But just to remind the warehouse, we don't need another '09 show. But hey, still, this is still reasonable. To me, what isn't reasonable is this warehouse disc. I'm gonna go song by song, but again, I just want to reiterate: this is the one piece of these warehouse discs, right? We're at volume 12 now. This is the one piece that really allows for diehard fans that are part of the warehouse and even casuals who want to learn more, even first time warehouse members who just signed up last year are going to sign up this year to experience some of the deeper cuts, some special moments in the past of this band, or even from the year before, but just a special thing you had to be there to see, right? That was the purpose of this disc. I understand you go to a show, you're gonna get a Sledgehammer, right? You're gonna get a Can't Stop at a show, but that's because they have to appeal to a larger audience. The warehouse disc was supposed to focus in on fans who follow this band around, go to 4, 5, 6, 10 shows, fans who have been a part of this club since 98, 99, 2000, 2001, right? Some fans who are now a decade into their membership, but love to just get those deep cuts. That was the purpose of this disc. And Andrew 34 says, right, he says, I wish they would have released Shotgun or number 34. Yeah, that's what, and I'll get to that. But Shotgun was one of those, number 34 as well from the Gorge. Now, I know they released that on YouTube, right, on the fans, but to have an audio recording of that, right, would have been cool. So let's walk through this. And again, this doesn't have to be all deep, deep, deep cuts. It can be songs that they like, that they've gotten a little bit polished up, or songs that they've really brought back that are awesome, but we don't have that in this. So first we have Samurai Cop, okay? This Samurai Cop, like this song has been around since 2018. We don't need another version of Samurai Cop, okay? We just don't need another, we don't need another version of it. But that's the first song on here. Like it's a song that has no sort of solo interpretations. It has no sort of special things that says, "Hey, put this on a warehouse disc." Next, we have "Can't Stop." Again, a song that's been around forever since 2018. We're gonna speed it up, right? Granted, the original studio recording was with Batson was at this type of pace. As we could find out with the Batsons as leaking. But when it was premiered in '06, it was slow. But yeah, let's bring this on to the where. No, we don't. That is a song that is not for the. Oh, I've been a warehouse member since '99, 2000. They don't want to hear "Can't Stop," unless it's a Red Hot Chili Peppers cover, and then maybe we could do that, right? Maybe we can work with that. Okay, I'd rather hear "Can't Stop" from the Chili Peppers than "Can't Stop" from D&B, right? The next thing, do you remember? Again, a song that has been played and played and played. We have recordings of this song. We don't need another recording of this. Right? So, like, this is not something, oh, let's highlight. Do you remember? No. Forget about it. Do you not want to have this on the disc? Like, why would you put that on? Now, let's get to 41. I know 41's a song that I love. Okay, I love number 41. But again, we have a bajillion versions of 41. And also, to add on to this song has reached a dead end as far as the soloing parts. Tim Reynolds is a wizard. He is a wizard. He is a magician, right? But there's no sax solo in this song anymore. It desperately needs new life with some sax in there, right? Give Tim a couple bars, give Tim about, 32, 32 bars, and then go right to a sax solo. Like this song, like this does not need to be. We have so many number 41s from every era. We don't need one from last year on this warehouse disc. I enjoy the verses of this song every time it's played, but this should not be on here. Now, So Right, this is the first one that I say, okay, okay. So Right is a song that to me, and you guys will see this in the review, the GMB Awards show that should be coming this Friday. So stay tuned for that. I give some superlatives out, but this So Right, I'm okay with that being on here. That is a song that to me sounds great with this band, right? It's a deeper cut, even though it got a lot of love this year and gets love here and there. That's fine. Okay. Add So Right. I'm okay with that one. Okay. Louisiana Bayou. I think if you've seen me for a while, this is one we don't need of. I understand the jam can get pretty lit, right? But this song, like this is one of the songs that to me should just be, it needs to take a break. Like for what? Why do we need another Louisiana? Like for what? This is the warehouse disc, not the we got to get the diehard, I mean the casual fans a sample of something they may like. Because the Louisiana Bayou is a song. If you've never been to a D&B show, maybe you're a casual fan, maybe that song gets you in, right? But this is the warehouse disc, so no. So damn lucky. I mean this one can stay. It can stay. Do we? Yeah, I think it can stay. It can stay. Again, there's other stuff I would have chosen over it, but I think this one can stay. And the final three, Squirm, same thing. It can stay. I don't mind a Squirm. We do have a lot, like this song was played a lot in the Big Whiskey era, but we can let Squirm stay. Okay, we can let it stay. Let's go to the chat. Andrew 34 says Can't Stop was good before Come Tomorrow. Some people would disagree with this because it was longer. It could be longer. It could get up to 8-9 minutes at its longest versions. But I agree that it was better when it was slower. But then it did take up more time. But yeah, they self sabotaged that song. Like to me, it sounded more like a D&B song. I listen to the pod that Jane likes because they break that down. The pod that Jane likes, on iTunes. If you have on Apple, if you have your Apple playlist app and search the pod that Jane likes, but they talked about that. But the original one, when it was slower, felt more D&B. The sped up one it never did it for me. The sped up one, although the only pro on that is it's over, right? But this is a disc where I can skip songs, so I don't care. I would have rather had a slower version of Can't Stop. And John makes this is essentially what it is. It's a best of 2022 compilation. That's essentially what it is. It's a best of 2020. But what made this membership, what was one of the things that made it special, is you could get like a bunch of mixed songs across the eras of D. And we're going to look at that in a second. What does Matt say? Should put together a selection of shows and songs the band wants to release and have their members vote. Band can release what they want. Fans can choose from their favorite out of the group. That would be a great idea. And actually, Humphreys McGee, what they do is every year they have a Hall of Fame vote. Now the fans submit some of their best. They take in, fans can submit certain songs from any show from the previous year, and then the band's team organizes like some of the most popular or common ones, and they take some that they like too, and then the fans vote on it, and then they make a compilation album like a Hall of Fame 2022 would be what this would be essentially, but the fans had more say, right? I think that's a great idea, Matt. Andrew says, I hope they would should release 5/28/10. That is the one where they had all those liberations, right? That 2010 Hartford show. They had all those liberations across 2 nights, but the first night they came out swinging, right? Rocco says the hit for PNC was Shotgun, and yeah, that Homedale opener. And again, stay tuned to my. I don't want to give it too much, but my I will be recapping the entire year this Friday, and we'll talk more about that. Perhaps, maybe. Stay tuned. um. So where are we at? So break forward and break free are exactly what this thing is about. This is exactly what I know. Like Shotgun is the highlight of Homedale. Talking to people, you can watch that post stream on my channel here under the live tab of my YouTube page. You can see me talk to people there. But break forward and break free. These are two songs that really were great, and I heard both of these in 2022. This is like these were two deep cuts that they really brought new life to. You could argue there were some things that were left out of break for it, right, compared to the '06 versions, but still, they really brought back these songs. This is what the warehouse is disc is about, right? This is what it's about. And I that this the bottom two songs are the top two songs that highlight exactly what this disc is. So let's take a look at some older ones. And the other thing is they do throw in some hit songs in some of the older warehouse discs, but the performances they pull are solid and they're not as abysmal as Samurai Cop and Can't Stop, okay, or Louisiana Bayou, in my opinion. So we're gonna take a look here. So we have Warehouse 5, Volume 11. Just look at this right here, and you'll see you have Gravedigger, PNP Rapunzel, Crazy Easy, Gas in the Fire. What would you say? Old Dirt Hill, Why I Am Every Day, Halloween, Water in the Wine, Sister, So Damn Lucky, Ants Marching. And if you look at this, you have a couple songs from 2002, some from '04, some from '09, some from '08. You have a 1993 song as well. This is what this disc used to be. And even if things were to change, at least give us some better stuff from 2022. Going to Warehouse 7, Volume 9, Warehouse 10, Volume 9, right? 2019. Now, this is an example of, I wanted to pull this one because this is an example of the band actually giving us all stuff from the same year, but giving us a better hodgepodge of highlights, right? So this Mercy from 2019, this is the one where Buddy really does some amazing things with it over in Europe, and this was a highlight of of the year. It really was a highlight of the year. So this is just back in 2019. This was announced. And if you notice, that Mercy is great. Yeah, Satellite, is that the song I definitely want to hear? No. But after that, you have Minarets, Virginia in the Rain, right? With Dave and Tim, Virginia in the Rain. Pretty cool transition there, right? You go from a Minarets to then just Dave and Tim, full band Minarets to Virginia in the Rain. Then you get a Funky Raven, which was a highlight of 2018 and 2019. This is a Raven that was rebuilt with Buddy Strong in mind, understanding you don't have a violin. Again and again, this was a song that didn't get much play in 19, but they highlight, hey, this was a special standout. And it's a song that I think it's a great choice. You get a Rooftop again. So again, you're seeing a song that's continuing to be improved on from 2012. And you have Buddy Strong in there, and Buddy and his vocals are there. Another highlight. Not the best song from that year, but again, it just highlights, hey, this is what Buddy was doing in 19 with Rooftop. You get a JTR. This was, I think, one of the only, was this the one in Syracuse? I think this may have been the one in Syracuse. No, maybe I'm getting my years mixed up. What, 7, 13, 19? But anyway, that's a JTR. That's a rarity. You get a nice Kill the Preacher. Grace is Gone, which is, again, gives you a little bit of a different vibe. And then, of course, Spoon. So they knew that what they were doing in 2019 with this disc to please the fans. It's extra credit, right? Most of us are signing up for the warehouse to try to get tickets. But this was just a better highlight of this, right? Let's go over to here. Warehouse 5, Volume 9, 8, Volume 6. Again, 07, 06, 08, 06, 97, 04, 09, 09. So they give you somewhat of that current era when this was released, but they give you a 97, right? They take you back to 04. They have an E-He, You Might Die Trying, Gravedigger, Stolen Away, Say Goodbye, Stay, 7, Time Bomb. So you can still throw in some things here and there that are staples like Satellites. At the time in 09, 7 was a heavily played song. You can throw in some of those here and there, give us the best version of it, but there's a hodgepodge of some good stuff that the diehard, diehard fans gonna like. You have a guest, Danny Barnes on E-He, right? A lot of these songs weren't necessarily like heavily played in the years they came out. So it's just a nice mix. And also what I like about this one is, right, at this time, Roy had recently passed away when this came out, but they're still not afraid to have Leroy Moore on this disc. What I don't like about the current, I know you're getting an '09 show for the actual like live show, but for the warehouse hodgepodge mix, you're not getting anything pre Buddy Strong era. And I love Buddy Strong, and I've defended Buddy Strong. I've been a fan of him since he hopped on. But you're not getting anything from the pre Buddy era. You're not getting anything from the Roy era in this 2023 package. And I think it's important as someone who's learning this band. I'm 11. This will be my 11th year of live shows. Been a fan around since 05, 06 ish. To get these tracks and listen to them. Maybe I didn't pick up this tape. Maybe I hadn't checked in on this yet. And to get a song from 97 or from 04 or 01 or 95 and get it in it's a good quality version of that in a 2023 package helps to give knowledge to these fans paying for this fan club, trying to go to as many shows as possible. It's a great educational moment for someone like me who back in 2000, when they were playing 3 shows in my hometown of Hartford, I wasn't going to shows and I was too young. I was 9, 10 years old back then. So it's just, to me, there's a lot of missed opportunities here with this package and the lack thereof. And again, this is the history of it. But it's just, and going back to it's just a miss. Now let's take a look. This is what I wanted to talk about as far as some highlights I would have added in, right? So first, we just talked about it, that shotgun opener from Homedale. Because that, like, this disc is picking from a couple of different, like, you got a couple Gorge, you got a couple Guilford, right? You have kind of a theme of Guilford in the Gorge being multiple picks from those shows. So it's with that theme, I would have picked Homedale. I would have done the shotgun opener, right? To me, another highlight I would have picked the Stone from Hartford, where they kind of had a different opening to that. I would have picked Drive In, Drive Out, where they had a da 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 da. And then they kind of teased it for a while and they got the anticipation, and then they would go into it. I would have picked a Walk Around the Moon, right? That's what's also interesting about this. None of the songs that were 2021, 2022 new release, like first time played live, none of those songs were there. Even A Fool in the Rain. I know some people are already sick of it, but like Fool in the Rain, you don't have to pick the Alpine show, which I was at. You don't have to pick, you could pick any of those. Fool in the Rains, and just highlight what like the crowd reaction was, the vibe, the energy, and the happiness that you could feel even through the audio. Also, by the way, we had these shows at the Hollywood Bowl. Remember, there was a violin that came back. Hey, management, remember there was a violin that came back on stage for a couple of shows? And remember there was a full orchestra? Why is that not highlighted? Again, you don't need to put that as the live release like you had the Vanderbilt show. Just give us one or two selections with Anne Marie, right? Missed opportunity. Krasno did some guest spots. None of these are on here. You had Tia. Even if you're going to Guilford, what's crazy about Guilford? Like, let's take a look at a Guilford, um, because even the Guilford show, like I think the So Right is great. The So Right is a good pick, but like look at the Guilford show, which I missed. I did not go to those this year. But like, look at this. Look at this show. All right, you picked the 41 there. It's selected. You picked the So Right, but you got a Fool in the Rain, right? Got a One Sweet World opener. So not this show is okay. But going to the next night, right? You got the It's Your Thing song debut. Again, if you want to highlight something. Some people don't I haven't I need to listen to that more to see if how much I like it. I'm kind of indifferent on that cover. But like for instance, What You Are was played at night two. Say Goodbye night two. Break for It from here. I know they already added that, but they had a Stone here. Tripping Billy's opener. Like, what are you doing? You're picking like a couple. You know, I agree with the pick from as far as So Right, but like some of the other picks, number 41, we don't need another one of those. Oh, they did pick Break for It. Sorry, they picked Break for It. So they did pick Break for It from Guilford. Oh, so Mark is in here. Shout out to Mark. Says, how do they have zero new songs on there? I agree with that. Maybe putting some new songs at live bonus tracks with the new album, like Away from the World got, they had new songs. But yep, Away from the World had that. So did well, there was a sampler with Come Tomorrow, right? I have that sampler. And then Big Whiskey did that as well. Big Whiskey had some bonus tracks. Um, by the way, that beach ball from Big Whiskey, I think that's in Houston, the Woodlands. Is it the Woodlands? That beach ball is amazing. Not the Little Red Bird EP beach ball, but the they have a live beach ball with Big Whiskey, and it was amazing. But I agree with that. Like, why not have a live release unless maybe they're holding it for this alleged new album, right? Maybe that's what they're doing with that. See what else people are saying here. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. This is just an opportunity to give the diehard fan something because other things have been compromised for the diehard fan, and I understand more of those things. Yes, prices are probably going to go up. There's, by the way, Fish had their ticket prices for their West Coast tour, like Climate Pledge Arena. The most expensive tickets are 135. But now, listen, D&B just got there, but for Fish fans, they're like freaking out. That's a non MSG show where the ticket price is extremely high, right? Because some of them with MSG, if you want a floor ticket, secondary is going to get you over 150 easily. But if Fish is going up and they have the same management, DMB is probably going to go up, probably going to test that pricing, dynamic pricing across venues where just like Fish is doing Hollywood Bowl, I think it's 145 plus fees for Fish. Yeah, I said Fish fans are panicking. They're grabbing their balloon tanks right now because they're saying, how can we pay this much? I'm like, oh, try being a DMB fan. Right. Well, shout out to Fish fans. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. But I understand certain things are going to go up. I like but with that type of stuff, like right with the pricing thing. All right, I'm going to play some supply and demand. So yeah, I'm gonna pay that price for SPAC if I get a ticket from the warehouse. But I'm not gonna like if I'm going to certain shows, I'm just gonna wait it out and not get warehouse tickets because typically I can get it at face or lower, especially the Gorge. If you're going to the Gorge and you don't get what you want from the warehouse or you don't get it from the on sale, matter of fact, don't even go to the on sale, especially if you want lawn tickets. You'll find a ticket. Wait it out. Only so many people can go up to the Gorge every week year, or actually go. Right, the thing doesn't sell out, but once everyone's there, they have to get rid of tickets, and it's just if you're not camped or you don't have a hotel, you can't be there. So therefore, a lot of tickets in the lots go cheap, warehouse tickets. Um, but there's so many things from this past year. Some of the guests, again, the MSG guests, you could even put, even though I thought they could have did a better song, the Mike McCready guests on Watchtower, Solis on Watchtower. Um, there's a lot of different things that they did not choose from, and it is what it is. But I just think that this has to be addressed. If there's one thing that I complain about that can actually be fixed and there's justifiable reasons for it, it's this warehouse disc. Like, make this better for the fans who are paying more every year to go to these shows. Understandably so. Like I said, you can't control that. You can't listen, these set lists. If Dave is not filling a song, he's not going to play it. It's his band, right? He can do what he wants. If he wants certain things to be in the sound, that's how it's going to be. So I go to shows, and yes, we'll say, hey, what we like, what we don't like. But I mean, Dave's going to play what he wants to play. But this is the one chance where this management goes to people from Ants Marching. They've said on the Ants podcast, when they had the DMB Live 25 record, they talked to people from Ants Marching and some other diehard fans and people that know this band as far as its deep cuts and its special moments, and they made a compilation disc for Live 25. They can do it. It's possible in this current era for management and the band to choose the right stuff. They chose mostly the wrong stuff for this disc, right? So we'll see what happens. Let's see. See what other Cashmere cover. Right. So you say you wish you. I'd rather have that than "Fool in the Rain." I will say that the thing about Cashmere is now I'd never heard it live for that cover. There, I would have to see how it goes. The thing about "Fool in the Rain" that I like is it's more DMB. Like Cashmere is much more of a rock band type feel. I know, was it Tim does that acoustically as well. But I mean, hey, I take Cashmere over a lot of stuff from that they already play for covers. So that's what I say. Can't wait to hear that. Can't stop. Can't wait to hear. Let's get the buzzer for that. I know he's being. I know Roy is being sarcastic, right? but yeah. Just yeah. Well, there's just this got. There's they gotta know. They gotta know. They gotta. What's Hines said on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, but he said you gotta read. Read the room. They didn't read the room well. They just didn't read the room. Um, Shout out to Carlton on Twitter said gotta save something for future releases. The problem is with future releases is you're not having 15, like you're not going to have 15 million records from 2022. I mean, I loved a lot of the summer tour, but you're not going to have like, so just give us something and then save what 2 shows for releases. Right? Maybe they release that Hollywood Bowl set of shows years from now. They have a Hollywood Bowl double disc, and it's got DV, or at that point it's going to be what 4K, whatever, 8K. But I don't know. I think they could have done better. All right, guys. So um, but just make sure. I'm gonna trying to see what songs because let me pull up this summer tour just to see what I may have missed. Because there's again, there was a lot of cool things in 2022 not highlighted. Let's see, songs. I definitely think the riff should have been in there. Looking at songs, Drunken Soldier, right? One of those Drunken Soldiers. The Everyday from well, that was on the radio. That's the other thing too is there's a lot of Sirius XM broadcasts that Everyday was part of it. Let's see what else. I thought the Lion Our Graves with Derek Truck should have been in there. Let's see what else we have. Maybe the pig from MSG as well, MSG Night 2. Because there was no other pig for that entire tour. Anything that they did with the Saturday Night Live band and the was it the Tonight Show band, both of those bands were featured in various ways. Um, the one Sweet Up and Down, right? One of the Time Bombs, and they play that in Raleigh. Any of the You Never Knows. The Sweets too. I think the Sweets could have been highlighted because the way they've updated that song in recent years to the way it is now would have been awesome. Um, I mean, they didn't need to add a two step. There was a lot of, but the two steps this year were I thought were great. Um, what else? Yeah, the pay for what you get. Any of those would have been awesome to have. The best of what's around with the walk down outro. They only played it twice. Wow. The Big Eye Fish, the one Big Eye Fish, that would have been a great highlight. Number 34, number 27 was great as well. If you're gonna pick a number song, 34 or 27 over that. Let's see. What is else? Connor, shout out to Connor, our Midwest correspondent, giving us. Well, he was all around last year. He went down south and he went to the Midwest and out to Denver. He says could have gotten "Cry Freedom" from West Palm Beach. Yeah, Ehe, right? Ehe. They hit a pretty good Ehe at the Gorge. What about Susan Tedeschi? Yeah, that was what did they do? Watchtower? Susan did Watchtower, right? Lion agrees from Target Center. Yeah, Minneapolis had a great show. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. A lot of the fall tour, I mean, could have a lot of the fall tour wasn't much to write home about as far as highlighting the best of the year. A lot of the best of the year was during the summer, just to be honest, keeping it 100. So, all right. Well, hey, that's what we're gonna do tonight. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be working on some stuff for Friday. Get you guys a time. If you're watching this replay, put in the comments what's the best time: Mountain Time, Central Time, Eastern Time. But Friday, I plan to go live again to talk about some of the we're going to review 2022, give some awards out. I already have that 95% done. But I figured I'd come on. I was going to make a video, but it's actually easier just to hop on a live stream and do this than make a video, edit it, put all the stuff in. And just wanted this to be fresh because it just happened. So let me know what you think. Hit the like button. Yeah, 2022 Tour awards coming soon. Right. And, reminds me of the what is that? Oh, that's Tribe Called Quest. Right. We on a award tour with Muhammad, my man, going each and every place with the mic in my hand. New York, NJ, NC, VA. Shout out to Tribe, man. I love Tribe, man. Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders are two of my favorite albums in hip hop, period. Let alone uh, the Tribe catalog. RIP to Fife Dog. But we're gonna be doing it. He says anytime after 6 Central, you can join. Yeah. We're gonna be looking over 2022, wrap it with the bow, and then look forward to the tour announcements. Most likely next week. We'll talk more about that as well on the stream. We could talk more tour theories, but thank you guys for hopping on. Emergency stream. I needed to vent a little bit about the situation at hand as far as the wild choices for that were selected for this. All right, and shout out to my boy Andy Mendoza. One thing just to end on this, we need more people to shoot videos, complete videos of songs at the show. Andy Mendoza is probably the best at doing this. So there's some other great recorders. I do a little bit when I can, but I mean, what's cool about this, the problem, and this is, listen, the couch tour has its purpose, but once the couch tour is over, that's it. What's great about recording these videos, the full song beginning to end, is you can look back months later and get a high quality 4K or HD version of a song. Like, and it sounds great. Like, you know, a lot of people have been giving me feedback on my videos. I did the whole MSG audio and then put videos in there. Andy Mendoza, I mean, his videos get a lot of love and he does this thing spectacular. A1. Copper Pop takes all of our videos and puts it into one. All you have to do is put your video landscape, right? Like this. Shoot it like this. Go like that. Hold it for a song or two. And if you catch a special moment, like, it's on here forever. That's why I started doing this. When I was in the pit at the rail for Hartford, I got some great videos. Right. And Andy is always in the pit for the most part. He's had some stuff further back, but he has some great videos here that he has on his page. So if just I would just say if you want to help out this community, shoot some videos, iPhone, Android, like the cameras are so good now on these phones. Just shoot it, upload it to YouTube. People will find it. Copper Pot will find it. And it'll just it's nice to have, like Minneapolis, where there was no taper, right? To have, if there was a full video of every single song on that show, that would have been awesome. So if you want to do it, if you're hesitant, if you're nervous, just do it. Someone will appreciate it. Trust me. Let's see. We're going to go to. So we're going to close this out. I will close out with number 27 here. Shout out to Andy Mendoza. Close out with number 27 from Dallas. It's your boy Conserviz 34. Again, stay tuned Friday, DMB Tour Awards. And then whenever they announce the tour, whenever it comes on, what's going to happen is when my email goes off for that DMB Tour alerts, I'm going to hear that horn. I'm going to start craft together some stuff, content, and that same day, or that same night, I should say, I should have some stuff. I should have some stuff right away. So just stay tuned for that. All right, it's your boy Conservative 34. Happy New Year. Thank you for the support last year. And it's time to get ready for everything that's about to pop off in 2023. See you guys soon. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Hit the like button, hit the comments. It helps to give this more exposure so we can have more people on. Tell your friends if they're going to a show this year, they want to talk about it, share it with us. We're always looking for people on the DNB post-show stream. We just call you right after the show, get your reactions to get real opinions on the ground from that show. It's your boy Conservative 34. I will see you guys soon. Listen to number 27, Dallas 2022. Peace.
I'm high up and down, my head in the clouds, my head's in the ground. In the arms of a woman, I find my way home. In the arms of a woman, I have been lost. When I'm so lost that this losing feels like dying, hope you'll be by me. When I'm so lost that this losing feels like dying, I hope you'll be by me. As a young man, I was afraid of my life. What would I make? Well, I will make love, but what will I hate? What bittersweet road will I choose to the grave? And if I move till this I see fit. And there will be those that will not like it. But in the arms of a woman, I find my way home. And to the arms of a woman, I will always go. And if I'm old till this oldness has me dying, hope she